It's late at night. You're walking through your apartment complex. The lights are on, cars are parked, and everything feels normal. Then you catch a glimpse. Two kids standing perfectly still in the shadows. They're just watching. Nothing dramatic, nothing obvious. But something about this moment doesn't feel quite right. Before this was an urban legend, it was just something people noticed. Imagine this. It's late at night. The hallway echoes with the distant hum of appliances and the occasional creak of settling wood. You glance at your phone, distracted, but something makes you pause. There, just at the edge of the sidewalk, you spot the outline of two children. They don't move, they don't speak. You try to convince yourself it's nothing, maybe neighbors' kids, maybe just shadows. But you can't shake the feeling that you've just been part of something unusual. There's a knock at the door. It's quiet, almost polite. You freeze, your hand hovering over the doorknob. Maybe it's a neighbor, you tell yourself. Maybe someone needs help. But the hour is late, and the silence that follows each knock feels unnatural, stretching out and pressing on your chest. You approach, careful not to make a sound. Through the peephole, you can just make out the tops of two small heads. They stand perfectly still, waiting, not fidgeting, not whispering, just waiting. You hesitate, torn between curiosity and a growing sense of dread. The knocking starts again. 3 slow, deliberate raps. This time it's softer, almost pleading. You wonder, do you answer? Or do you pretend you're not home, hoping they'll just go away? You look through the window, and it's just a kid, standing there motionless in the yellow glow of the porch light. For a moment, your heart rate slows. The tension in your shoulders eases. Maybe you were overreacting. Maybe it really is just a lost child, waiting for someone to help. But something still feels wrong. The stillness, the silence, the way the child doesn't seem to notice the cold or the late hour. You watch, searching for any sign of distress or danger. All you see is a small figure waiting, patient and perfectly calm. Across the United States, people tell stories about strange children who appear late at night. They don't look threatening, they don't act aggressive, they're quiet, polite, almost too calm, honestly. The kind of kids you'd feel bad ignoring. Their skin is pale, not sick, just off. And when the light hits their faces, their eyes are completely black. No whites, no pupils, just black. People say the fear doesn't come from how they look. It comes from the thought that they could be normal. That maybe you've seen a kid like this before. At a gas station, on the sidewalk, outside a car window, and you didn't notice anything wrong at first. They speak softly, carefully. They ask simple questions. Can we come inside? Can we use your phone? Can you give us a ride? Nothing dangerous, nothing alarming, just enough to make you hesitate. According to the legend, there's one rule everyone mentions. The black-eyed children never enter unless you invite them. They don't push past you. They don't step forward. They wait. People who claim to have encountered them describe the same feeling. Sudden dread, a rush of panic, the urge to help, mixed with fear. Animals often react first. Dogs bark, cats hide, like something isn't right, even if you can't explain why. The legend began spreading in the late 1990s after a journalist shared his experience online. Since then, similar stories have appeared all over the country. Different people, different places, same children, same eyes, same request. Some believe the black-eyed children are vampires. Others say possession. Some think they're not entirely human. But it's important to remember, this is an urban legend. The reason the stories last isn't because of what the children do. It's because of what they don't do. They don't threaten. They don't attack. They rely on something much more uncomfortable, our instinct to trust children. So, no, this isn't something to panic about. It's just a story, an urban legend. But the next time you hear a knock late at night and you see a child standing there quietly, you might remember this one. And if stories like this unsettle you, if you ever wonder what could be lurking closer than you think, share this with someone you care about, just in case. And if you want to hear more stories like this, stories that blur the line between legend and reality, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. More stories are coming.